Welcome to Moose Court, Landlord-Tenant with Judge Middleton. A nice old lady let her goddaughter stay with her for a few weeks. That was 5 months ago. The goddaughter won't leave. Nice old lady has to evict her. And I get the feeling the goddaughter's telling nothing but lies to Judge Middleton. But anyhow, let me know what you think, and here we go.
I have a witness who's coming in at 1:35. I'm going to call her now.
I wasn't sure if I was 110 or 150.
All right. Good afternoon. This is Judge Middleton. Am I speaking with Tara Hendricks?
Yes, you are.
All right.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is file 25717LT. And what Miss Hendricks said, Miss Wilder, is that you had changed your mind and you no longer wanted her to move out.
No, that's not true.
All right. That's what I suspected.
I have it on video of her telling the process server when he served the paperwork here that she wanted to cancel it.
Well, she did.
I have it on video.
She didn't cancel it. So let's go through.
I know she lied. She didn't tell me until about 2 hours ago today that it wasn't canceled.
All right. Well,
and she wasn't going to tell me that she didn't cancel it. I had to ask.
Stop. You don't have the ability to even come in here. So I gave you the courtesy of doing this by telephone. You don't just blast off and talk about things. We're in a court hearing. We're not sitting around the kitchen table.
I didn't have the ability because I didn't find out until about an hour ago, and my vehicle is being used by my fiance who is at work.
All right.
That's not
Don't
true.
say anything again until I ask you to speak. Your landlord is asking you to move. She wishes to terminate your tenancy. And in a termination of tenancy case, you have certain rights. One of the rights is to hire an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, you could ask legal aid if they could represent you in this matter. You have a right to a trial by a jury or by the court. If you wish to have a jury trial, you have to be willing to pay the $50 jury demand fee and make the request today, or make it in writing within 5 days using the appropriate jury demand form. You have a right to have the case heard in St. Joseph County where the property is located. Your landlord has asked you to move, which is called a termination of tenancy case. And as such, you're entitled to at least one adjournment of 7 days. If both parties are agreeable, the matter could be referred to mediation. But so far that's never happened. And if some other agreement is reached, there could be a conditional order of dismissal. So Ms. Wilder, you wish to have this person move from your home? Is that correct?
I want this person.
Who is Tara Hendricks to you?
Nobody. She's a daughter of a friend.
All right. And how long has she been living there?
5 months, maybe.
Is there a lease?
No.
Is there any rent?
No.
Now, let me advise you of this. Once you file this termination of tenancy action, you can't accept any rent unless the court allows it. Ms. Hendricks, what's your position?
Your Honor, I have been paying rent. I am her goddaughter. She's known me her whole life. Like I tried saying, and I'm sorry, I should have waited for you to tell me to speak. I have a place waiting for me. It's just going to be ready at the end of the month. And like I said, and I do have video of it, she told me that I did not have to move out. When the process server showed up, which I have it on video, she even told him that he said he had to show up because she wasn't answering his phone calls. She said, yeah, because I don't want to go through with this with evicting her. And he said, okay, but you still have to pay this payment for us coming out here. And I have all of this on video. Up until about an hour and a half ago, I have been under the understanding that she was waiting for me for that landlord that is going to give me my house, well, rent it to me, to come back from vacation. She even told me this 2 days ago, that we were still fine. She's not evicting me. Well, I get up today and I hear her talking to my mother, who lives here with us, who they've been best friends for years. That's why Sherry's my godmother. I heard my mom saying, oh, you're still going to evict her, right? Because she smokes pot, which I do, but I smoke it outside. And Sherry said, no, I'm not going to. She has a place waiting for her. Jodelle said if Sherry did not evict me, that she was going to move out. Sherry does not want my mom to move out because she doesn't want to live here alone.
All right, well,
So then she,
just
so
a
then
minute, just
she
a
told
minute.
me that
Just,
I have to leave,
all right, you do.
which is, I'm fine with.
All right, she's not bound by that. The law requires that I adjourn the, stop. You don't hear lawyers doing this, and if you were here live in person, you'd be less inclined to do it. The law requires that.
Lots of lawyers do it.
The law requires that I adjourn this matter at least 7 days. I will not be here next Friday. I will be at a judicial conference. It's required. So,
Did you say I could take this to trial? Is that what you said? And I could get a lawyer of my own?
yes, you can hire a lawyer of your own choosing, or you can ask that one be appointed, but they don't have court-appointed attorneys for civil matters. The legal aid attorney is here, and I'll give you her number. Right now, I'm going to.
That's what I would like to do.
All right, I'm going to continue this matter to May 12th, 2025 at 1:15. You're to appear either in person or by Zoom with video.
Okay. So what does that mean when you said trial? Well, I know what a trial is,
All right.
but.
Well, it is set for a trial for May 12th at 1:15. You have no lease, so you don't have the legal protections that a lease provides. She did file the action. That matter is heard. If she gets what she asked for, you will get 10 days from May 20 or May 12th to move out, which would be May 22nd. All right, now, the phone number at Legal Aid is 344 or 269-344-8113.
Okay.
And you can call them and see if you can discuss this. I'm not sure if you're eligible for representation or what the status is, but at this point, you should not be expected to pay any additional rent. That's simply a termination of tenancy matter.
So what do I do when it comes up? Because she was lying to you when she said I don't pay rent. What happens when I go to pay rent and she freaks out because she calls the cops on me for everything?
All right, well, don't pay rent. The problem is you don't have a lease, so you don't have any lawful right to remain there if she wishes you to move. So she's going through the.
I'm not fighting.
All right, so she served a notice to quit in February 26th for you to move by March 28th. You didn't move, so she filed this action. So I set a hearing and then I agreed to adjourn it for 10 more days. So she's been asking you to move since at least February.
She has dementia, sir. She keeps changing her mind.
Well,
I'm not saying that to be rude and I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I'm just putting that out there. She has dementia. She's not even going to remember this in a day. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to tell you what's going on.
Well, at this point, that's the request. So you've got Legal Aid's number. We will reconvene here, and you need to be here with a video or in person at 1:15 on May 12th. All right, you're good to go. All right. We will revisit this matter in 10 days. And she does what she does here. I'm going to mute her microphone.
From what I recall, the goddaughter did not show up for the hearing, and she got evicted. So, let me know what you think in the comments. You can help me out by hitting the thumbs up button and subscribing, and thanks for watching the video.